Bingham, the summoner. Sorry I'm a little late, but better late than never, right? Correct? Uh, Remember, wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight. Uh, it's kind of hot today. Summer seems like summer just started. It's being hot. Here up on the roof, I'll give you a look. Last time on Memorial Day, it was very active, a lot of activity. Um, so let's see what I bring in today. Yesterday, I went to Elysian Park up to a place that I do a lot of summoning called Angel's Point, above the police academy, and I tried a different spot. But as soon as I got to this different spot, there was one um, UFO craft waiting for me, and I took the pictures of it. But I was on an incline when I saw it, and so I grabbed the pictures, and then I tried to take a documentary of it. Not a documentary, video of it, but it didn't work being on that incline, but I got pictures. So after the pictures, I walked to a level part of the got to the level ground where I could take a better video, and looked up and it was gone. It was completely gone. And I mean, when I say gone, it had to travel a long ways in order to get out of there. But because it was a spacecraft, it was gone in an instant. And that's what I deal with out here. You know what? I have some people who are applying my summoning technique. They're getting activity and videoing and taking pictures themselves. So all those naysayers out there, those debunkers who say that they're balloons, go out there and try my method, and it does work. And if they don't come to you, then you know why, because they don't want to be around people like that. But if you do have a good intentions, a good heart, and try my method, you'll see that you would get activity and bring them in yourselves. So a lot of people are getting activity, and that's the way it is. It's I've been doing this for many years, and a lot of people get activity, but don't let it go to your head and start thinking that you're some people, it goes to their head and they want to get riches and fame and money instantly, and it doesn't work like that. But you can go out there and try. I'm still not rich. I might be a little famous, but I'm not rich. And certainly haven't made a lot of money out of this. I spent more, during the years, I've spent a hell of a lot more money than I've ever earned. So let's see what we can get here right now, okay? I kind of fell asleep downstairs a little bit. And I woke up and I said, oh my God, I'm 15 minutes late. Ran up here to do the show. It's this heat, it gets me a little sleepy sometimes. Okay, wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight. And I don't say that in a negative way. I'm saying that for everybody just to wake up, man, This is a whole new time period that we as human beings are living in, and we are going to see things that are just so incredible. And you will come to understand that I'm correct. And you'll come to the knowledge that I am right. And I don't know if you'll ever regret putting up those bad comments up there, but that they're balloons, I'm the balloon man, and all that stupid stuff. Because I'm not. I'm exactly what I say I am. there's a lot of people out there that know that I'm for real. So many people. We had even the media, the New York Times, did an article on me. The only guy in the UFO community has a New York article written up by the New York Times on him. You know what an actor would do to get a review on the New York Times? He would kill somebody to get there, or I don't know, I won't say that, but he would die for something like that because that's what acting is all about. To get a positive review by the New York Times. Voila, your career's done if you ever get that. Yet I've gotten a positive review at the New York Times, and I'm still waiting for the UFO community to accept me, but they'll never will because they're a bunch of clowns, like I said. P.T. Barnum Act. All those people that slap themselves on the back and say, oh, a bunch of ridiculous things. But anyway, I'm tired of bringing that up. Let's see if we could bring something in right now, okay? Oh, for all you folks out there, go to my my YouTube channel called which is named UFO Robert Bingham, and go to my video lineup. I have 235 videos, I believe. I'm not too sure, and about 90 videos waiting up on the runway. The object that I took pictures of yesterday is going to be up tomorrow. And there was it's beautiful shots. You really got to see it. Really beautiful. I took it. It was right above the police academy, well, near the police academy, but I was on a hillside above the police academy in Elysian Park, next to Dodger Stadium. Okay. Sure is white out here, the white milky, it's like like a white milky haze. Let's see what happens today. Okay, I'm going to put the camera on what's out there. Hi, Andrew. Hi, James Clucky. And hi, my girl from Thailand. Her name is pretty hard to pronounce, but I'll learn it pretty soon. Okay, there we are. On that video that we produced, the last one, there was an object that came from this side right here. That way, it's the white one. It's the white object, and it was traveling faster than the plane. It looked like a double soccer ball, like it was 1.5 soccer ball. But I kept taking the pictures, and when you're photographing, it's best that you don't get too emotionally attached to what you're taking the picture. The picture is what you as a photographer have to capture. Otherwise, you'd probably just look at it without taking the picture because it's so amazing what's happening in front of you. But like I said, me as a photographer, my main thing is to capture it on film or on digital. And over the years of training of doing that, that's what I do. You know, one time I'm gonna tell you a story. This is when I was in Alhambra. I went outside with this little girl. I forgot her name, but my girlfriend was babysitting her, so I took her outside to look for UFOs. She was only about 3 or 4 years old. I don't know, somewhere around there. And there was this satellite type of vehicle that was right there above me, but every time I whipped out my camera, it just went out into space, and then it would come back as I put the camera down. It just kept doing that. I don't know whatever happened to the pictures that I caught of that, but that was such an incredible experience watching that happen live in front of me. When I lived in Alhambra, I had many experiences. Uh, just many. I might repeat myself on some of the stories, so bear with me. There was a craft that was like a German bow. It was green. And I took photos of, oh, there goes, oh, here, oh, wait, I gotta capture this. Oh, I missed it. Oh, there'll be another one coming by. I missed that one, folks, I'm sorry. Uh, and it was like a German, oh, here, hold on, I got it. That one I caught by 3 or 4 shots. Oh, wow, I'm glad I got it. Anyway, it was a bow-like craft. And I took photos of it. And when I took it to my computer, now you got to remember, computers were a little newer. I mean, not as like the way they are today. That's back when we had Earthlink as a provider, and it was an internet provider, which was free back then. Anyway, when I blew up the craft the first time, the photo was taken by a Nikon 400, and when I blew it up the first time, I blew it up one time. On the second blow up, a photo of a terrestrial came out. The whole ship was like a Skype. It had a terrestrial on there, and but only on the second blow up. On the first blow up, you just see the ship. But when I blew it up twice, there was like a photo of an extraterrestrial looking at me on the ship, like a Skype. And he was dark, like the Egyptians on the Egyptian pyramids, without the makeup on his eye, but he had big eyes, and he was androgynous. I probably said this already before, but he looked like a female and a male at the same time. That's what he looked like to me. So it was androgynous. Eva had told me that angels are androgynous, but I don't know whether to believe her. But that kind of photo kind of answered that she was correct in a lot of ways. In a lot of things, Eva was correct, but she had a whole different way of seeing things. Not too different, but she was very knowledgeable in a lot of areas, and I miss her. I had 2 women friends that passed away, and both of them passed away uh, from pancreatic cancer. Isn't that strange? But that's what happened. And so I miss them both very much. One, Rosalinda and Eva Garcia. Rosalinda Carrion and Eva Garcia. But death is right around the corner, always in our life, you know. And I'm working on trying. Well, I already got the strand to make us live 1,000 years. It's just applying it, and how to apply it is what we're really working on. Oh, there's a bird up there really high, and once this is figured out, and then you'll be able to live 1,000 healthy years without worrying about these kind of viruses and everything. Nothing, and you'll be looking young and feeling young for 800 to 1,000 years. Isn't that amazing? No diabetes, no cancer, none of these things that are affecting us now. No viruses, hepatitis, or any of those things. Those would be all eliminated. Because that's what we were intended to do in the first place. That's why our brain was made. But our lifespan, we only use up 7 to 10% of our brains. And that's, you know, the truth. When we could live 10 times longer, or a lot longer, and use up most of our brain capacity. I heard SpaceX launch of some rocket was canceled due to weather. So I haven't summoned yet. Let me summon now, okay? And hi, Zena. Let's see what happens. Hi, Dan. Okay. My summoning technique is pretty simple. You could go on to my YouTube channel, which is UFO Robert Bingham on YouTube, and go to the video lineup, summoning technique, and it'll show you exactly what to do. What I do is I look up straight up there, and there's the moon, crescent moon up there right now. I'm going to look up next to it, and I telepathically, silently tell them to arrive and show up and give us incredible footage and intelligent footage. Much more intelligent than people that say that they're balloons, you know. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Now look at me. And that's all it takes. You really don't have to be out there for hours at a time. Just simply have a good heart and be honest, and don't use this to do negative things, because they know you. They know what you're thinking, and it's not like they don't know. Very intelligent species up there. beautiful day except for the overcast. I mean, not overcast, but some haze that you can see in the mountains. There's a haze. It's a milky haze. The little craft that I caught was more like a little drone that comes out of the drones. Now the drones come out of the UFOs. There's big ships, and ships come out of there, and little ships come out of there, and then drones come out of there, and then little drones come out of there, and then little drones come out of there. So that's the way they do things. They're very good at what they do. So if they lose these little ones, it's unfortunate for them, but they rather lose a little one than a big ship. 'Cause they have a lot of personnel on board those ships. So they rather lose little drones which are alive and intelligent, artificial intelligence, but yet at the same time they're alive. And that's the way they do things. And I've observed them and I know them very, very well. Being on the roof, you hear a lot of things out here, and ambulances and wrecks and a lot of activity. But not as much as you used to hear because of the virus. And I can kind of sense how people are handling the virus by just sitting up here on the roof and listening to the things that are going on down there. And it gives me a very good gauge of what are the people thinking about. So right now, and they're, they were getting anxious to get out, but I think now they're taking a second look and being more precautious about doing that. And so they're all, again, being cautious. You got to grant it to them. They want to get out, and they sort of picked the other day, Memorial Day, to get out. And that's the way humans are. We're just like that. So, oh wow, there's a big jet going over me. But that's not a craft. You'll probably see it up there. I'm looking for a craft, and sometimes they just show up when I'm not really looking so hard. And well, I better say some stories. So I'll talk about the deep state, the deep state, which is the government within the government that are running the United States and probably the world. When the paperclip Nazis, scientists that we brought over after World War II, we grabbed 16,000 of them and we gave them jobs within our government. When they brought down the craft from Roswell, which they did by making a electromagnetic pulse machine, and the whole world was changed after World War II because of the technology that was derived from the UFO crafts that were backward engineered. And so they made this government, this new government with 12 people residing as the leaders of this government, which was called Majestic 12. Now, these 12 people were responsible for engineering things that we use today that make billions and billions of dollars. But who do they make them for, the billions of dollars? Well, they were selected for corporations such as General Electric, Westinghouse, Monsanto, all these big names, uh, big, big corporations that are, some of them you probably never even heard of. There's a man named Phil Scheider that worked on underground tunnels, underground cities for the United States, and I think he said back then when he was talking about it that they made 135 cities, 30 square miles underneath the ground. Now they got a lot more, and that's where your taxpayer dollars are going. They have a train system down there that travels at 2,300 miles an hour. And he said it was called a magneto-leviathan train system. And that's a parallel universe kind of thing that's right underneath your feet. A whole different, almost a world within a world. And you can imagine how pristine and nice it is down there. Obviously, oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. I got something above me, but I'm going to let it go. Uh, it is so nice down there, except they don't have the sunshine. They don't have any of that. So they are working on destroying it up here for us in order so that their world would be considered the best. Wow, up here is, oh, I got one, everybody. Got one. I'm going to show you it first. It's up there. It's starting to disappear. It disappeared right in front of me. I got a few shots. But that was a big one. It was as big as a jetliner. Oh, that was exciting. I hope my pictures came out right. I took a number of them. So there we go. We have a nice one out there. And it just disappeared. Wow. I'm excited. I made my adrenaline flow. It was to the right of me. And as I said, it's as big as a jetliner. And then it just dissipated and disappeared. Woof. Gone. Oh, thank you guys up there. Oh my, I always praise them. Uh, there might people start taking to all kinds of things. You can't praise that. Sure I do. They did that for us, for me, and sure I do. Uh, Anyway, so where was I? I better. I'm glad I took pictures and not a video because I wouldn't have caught it. Now, look at this. These two military helicopters coming by. These are Cobras. These are Cobras going right over, right over, right over. Here comes another one. Cobras. Cobra military gunships. Look at that. That's really happening, folks, right here. Cobra military gunships. After I saw that incredible craft. Two of them, and they're going fast and real low. I didn't make this up. This is really happening. Wow. That's beautiful. I mean, I think that shows to show you that the government is aware about certain things and they're not telling you, the folks, the public. But wow, that was awesome. It's always awesome for me to see things such as that, you know. And like I said, the government's truly aware of what I do and they keep an eye on things. And wow, there you go. That really happened. So for all you balloon sayers and all that, you know, why don't you go buy yourself some balloons and let them go? You know, that's all I have to say for you. Mm. But obviously, they're working for Greer because I talk a lot of stuff about Greer, and they're trying to, on his orders, they are trying to make fun of me and belittle me because that's the kind of person he is. That's truly who he is. If you pay any money to go watch that clown, uh, believe me, you're throwing your money away. And he does not care for you at all. If you heard what he talks about you, and how he feels about the general public. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to work. You're not paying a dime for this, you know, and you're getting to see things live and not going out to the desert and getting sunburned and paying thousands of dollars for his hocus pocus bullshit. And that's the bottom line. Anyway, I better be careful what I say on the air. Uh, Let me get my digital camera ready in case I can get it on digital. Oh, that was awesome. You heard the helicopters, military helicopters, Cobra gunships, and they weren't going slow at all. And they were real low. Obviously, something very was happening. And this is my camera right there. And it's kind of hard to operate because I'm not great at it. Sometimes I get lucky with it. But my other camera that broke was much more easier to operate. This one's a little more advanced. And so I think they make them so you can't operate them too quickly because they don't want you to get those kind of shots. They meaning the elite corporations. They don't want you to know what's really there. If you watch them, I advise you to watch the movie They Live. And it'll give you John Carpenter's movie They Live with Roddy Piper. It'll tell you exactly what's really going on. It's more like a documentary. Uh, wow. Yeah, I caught that ship. I hope you got to see it when I showed a little bit. If you blow it up, I'm sure you'll see it. It was purely white, but it was as big as an airliner. And airliners like 747s are quite huge. They're like buildings. You wonder how in the world they get those things up in the air with. But imagine the UFOs that don't have combustion engines or stuff like that, and they have anti-gravity devices and different things. They have many different ways of getting around. And I understand why they don't want us to get too advanced, because right away our military industrial complex wants to make weapons out of the technology. And it's just an arms race between the countries trying to top each one with the best weapon systems. And Russia and the United States are working on hypersonic torpedoes, hypersonic missiles, and all kinds of things that you would never believe. Teletransportation, invisibility, all those things they're working on, which is all UFO technology, believe me. Wow, that was just awesome. You know, when the adrenaline flows like that, it just takes a little while to come down, because I'm witnessing things, you know, that are mind-boggling and world-shaking. You know, they're literally world-shaking type of deals. And for a moment there, you got to see that, and let's see what you think when I look at the replies. Please ask me questions if you have any. I don't see any questions out there. Please ask me. I'm saying hi to everybody out there. But I guess you don't have any questions yet. But I'll do my best ability to answer those questions. And a lot of times these ships and orbs, they cloak themselves only in order so that the U.S. government doesn't get a photo of their technology. Because from a photo, they can figure out how they operate their systems and their technology works, just from a photo. So they obscure themselves so that the military-industrial complexes don't get those true photos of their machines or their flying vehicles and stuff like that. And that's the truth. And I don't blame them for doing that. I've seen the real thing and was not able to capture it on film. So if I can't, I figured that's the way they want it. But one day everybody in the world's gonna see what they are truly, and what they're made of, and how they operate. And they're gonna just, you know, I hope everybody's prepared for that, because that's what's coming. And I'll say, I told you so. But I'm not so mean. I'm just preparing you for what's really going to happen. So by doing these, watching my rooftop events and going to my events and watching all the videos I did, you'll be more prepared for what's really going to happen. So go to my UFO video channel, which is UFO Robert Bingham on YouTube, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And put some comments on there, and some positive comments, and put a yes for likes. And if you don't like it, I guess you have the right to put down you don't like it, but I don't see how you could not like it. Nobody else in the world's doing this for you. I am. Because I have that ability. I'm an ambassador. And by being an ambassador, I am bridging the gap between the humanity and extraterrestrials. Somebody's got to bridge the gap, and I'm bridging the gap. So pretty soon we are going to be accepted into the mainstream good, benevolent beings out there. And we're going to be traveling to stars and star systems and learning technology to wipe out cancer and to wipe out the diseases that are down here and clean up our planet and manage it very right, and we'll not have starvation anywhere in the globe. Little young kids won't be starving when they uh, and working in slave camps just to eat a little bit of food. Everybody would be eating and very good, and nobody would want to really come to the United States if those needs are met in their own country. They would be staying in their own country and developing it themselves with free energy, and won't be exploited by all these big corporations that are exploiting them for blood diamonds and minerals and all that. Bill Gates and them want Africa. That's why they're killing all the Africans, because they want all the natural minerals and resources that are in the continent of Africa. Have you really seen how big Africa is? It's like 4 times, 5 times bigger than the United States. There's a lot of minerals and resources there: gold, diamonds, oil, uh, chromium, which makes jet engines, platinum, all those things that they really want. They don't want the African people. They want that. They want to own all of that. They're doing to the Africans what they did to the American Indian. And I'll just say a little of that and leave it at that. Figure it for yourself. You can Google anything. So you can even Google what I said. I'm sure you'll get results on that. I think in total, this is my 18th event, live stream I did since the virus. But a few of them I didn't call rooftop. But this is the 18th, number 18, since I started doing live stream with the virus. I did a few outside of the area, and I think I did one or two in my apartment. And then I started doing them on the roof, and that's how the rooftop thing started. I started really uh, not going anywhere, applying what they told me not to go out there, and I'm following the rules. Doesn't mean I agree with the rules, but they are the rules. Let's see if we can get another one close to us in here. Let's see if you have questions for me. Let's see. No questions. Okay. Got one. Here it is. See it shining up there? It's shining real bright. Real bright. See it? It's the white one again. Oh, it's gone now. Got some shots of it. Oh, wow, that was exciting. They seem to be coming from this side. Kind of took my breath away from the excitement of it. So that's 3 now. 3 since I came out here on the rooftop today. And they were hopefully the videos put up tonight or tomorrow morning, and you'll see what I captured. They're not staying long enough for me to bring out the video camera and focus it on it. So I have to capture some shots with the camera, and then I'll reach out for the video camera. But I haven't been able to keep them still for a while before they disappear. I hope you saw that. Let's see what time it is. Okay, we got like 15 minutes more, and I'll have to call it a day. Let's see what story I could come up with. There's so many that I've never written down the stories. They're all in my head because it truly happened. And maybe it's a fault that I haven't written it down. But see, I'm not like Stephen Greer and them just stealing information and writing it down and trying to make a profit. I'm sharing it with the world freely, which is not a great thing because, naturally I can make a lot of money putting down books and turning like them into P.T. Barnums, but mine's is the truth. But I feel mostly that God gave me this ability to put out there free for you. And that is my mission, to enlighten the world that we are not alone in this battle. There's a battle going on. There's a war going on, believe me. And if you don't know it, because you don't see the smoke, it's really happening. You've seen those 2 military helicopters, that ought to tell you something. Again, like I'm going to say it again today, is wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight. And it truly is. The people in the know, in the government and the elite, yeah, they know. Obviously. They know a lot that the public doesn't know. They rather keep the public in the dark. And I'm showing you some light so you could see. Hey, man, they aren't telling us everything. Aren't they working for us? They're supposed to be working for the public. We pay their salaries. We work hard. Why wouldn't they want us to know? I'll tell you why. Because they're making trillions of dollars on the technology that was captured from the terrestrials. And it's all going to the elite pockets of the elite rich corporations, not going to the public at all. If it was, we wouldn't have homelessness. We wouldn't have dirty streets. We wouldn't have streets that are all cracked up. We wouldn't have it like this. We would have it much better, believe me. It would be so awesome up here. But all that money is going into their cities underground. And That's what's going on. Hold on. I missed it. Whatever it was. And yeah, it's going into their pockets. And they built a world for themselves that's they feel is magnificent. They have underground shopping malls and stuff like that. Uh, all with no graffiti, no gangs, no, they don't like all that about it up here. Uh, they've developed their own Disneyland down there, and probably in a parallel another world too. So it goes really far and beyond, but they sure don't want you to know about it. And the Freemasons, they've known this for thousands of years, but they kept that knowledge. And that's why it's a secret society. They kept that knowledge, and they never wanted to share that knowledge because knowledge is power. And so by me exposing that, they're losing some of their power, and they know it. So you got to hop on board and believe that this is really happening. You don't know it or you don't want to know it, then you're just, what good are you? But anyway, enough of that. Again, enough of that. Shut up, Robert. All right. I'm getting a little tired up here. I wish I had the strength to stay up here all day for you and show you many things. One day I will. I'll make a marathon of it. And I think I want to call it the Up on the Roof Marathon. I just thought of that right now. So I will be doing that soon. Up on the Roof Marathon. I'll need a lot of batteries too. Charged up batteries or charging systems. Because there's no outlet up here on the roof. If there was, I'd be next to it. Oh, here's one. Got it. Got it. Oh, small little one, but I got it. They come out with their little ones to check me out, and the little ones report back to the bigger ones, and they'll send the bigger one. They have their own reconnaissance little guys to go check it out and see if the coast is clear for them to do what they're gonna do. Pretty smart. I think a lot of the stuff that we do today, and we learned from them. And when I say we, the military, U.S. government military, and probably the Soviet Union and China are doing the same thing. I know that Cuba's doing their own backward engineering of craft, and so is India. There's a number of countries that are backward engineering fallen craft. Whether they bring them down or shoot them down, uh, there's another one. Let me see if I can get it. That one could have been a plane. I don't know. It's so far. Uh, there's a lot of, there seems to be a lot of air activity. Seems like we're getting back to our, uh, the way we used to be before the virus. A lot of air traffic now. I mean, more than normally. Uh, lately. Let's see who's watching. Tenacious B. Joanna Estrada. Hi, Joanne. Diane. You're welcome, Diane. Julia. John. Yoko. Mark. Zena. Diane. And Erica. Eric. James. And I think it's Kazi or something like that from Thailand. She writes it in Thailandese. I can't read it. Hi. And Andrew are watching. Thank you guys for all watching, and I'm doing my best to present you what's up there and what's really happening and what's around. And number one, subscribe. Go to my UFO channel, UFO Robert Bingham, and look at my videos. And number two, post some good comments. And number three is put a like on them. And inform your friends about my UFO YouTube videos on YouTube for them to look at them. Otherwise, I'd be doing the events right now, but because of the virus, I'm not capable of doing that. I heard that October 8th is going to be the Los Angeles disclosure event that was supposed to be June 20th, or somewhere in June. And now it's been pushed up to October. Wow. This might be around for a couple of years, I have a feeling. Because I know that everything's going to be revealed in the year 2022, 222. I've said that over and over for many years, that it's 222. So if you see Stephen Greer and then people are doing it, it's Jim Martins who's giving them my information and my predictions and all that, and they're trying to capitalize on it. Nothing's going to happen for them. Jim Martin's never going to be able to get any videos anymore, because I told my friends, don't give them anything. Don't give the people that have been doing terrible things anything anymore, and they won't get it. Believe me, they won't. Otherwise, they'd be posting things all the time now. But they're not getting it. They thought they could bypass me and do that sort of thing, but they're absolutely wrong. And I was giving them a gift, and they trampled over it like a bunch of hogs, pigs, and they trampled it, the gift, in the mud. Uh, Cast my pearls among swine, at least they trampled them. And that's what they did. So, so your gift would be there as long as you do the right thing and have a good intentions and a good heart. You will be able to learn a lot from these terrestrials, and you will have a relationship with them because they can read your heart, they can read your mind. And whether you think they can or not, I wouldn't underestimate them. They are clearly very intelligent civilizations out there, and they're angels. What we call in the Bible angels, they are angels. And they've been monitoring this planet. Oh, here's another one. Oh, come on. Oh, it might be aircraft, but I don't know. It's really far. They look white there. Oh, I won't take pictures if I don't know. I'm really waiting for one to come right over my head so we can take a video. And we'll see what happens, okay? It's funny because those things, they don't make noise. You would hear jets from here, even on the rooftop, if they were airliners or jets. You would hear them. And they're silent. Pretty silent up here. A lot of activity, but what it is kind of hard. Some of the things are kind of hard to identify. Hi, Joanna. Miss Eva, huh? We missed those gatherings we used to have at Eva's house. Eva Garcia used to have meditation night, and everybody would come to her house and they would do a meditation. And a lot of times when they did that meditation, I would fall asleep. I don't know why. I would get some really good sleep. But, and Eva would get upset at me a little bit. But I don't know, I don't need to meditate. I'm one of those people that don't need to meditate because I'm already there. Uh, and since she died, her group of followers seemed to have fallen apart, and then one person died. Her name was Sophia. An awesome woman. She is Asian. She died in Vietnam on a visit there. And but the rest are still out there. They should get together and form their own group and have their own meditations. So maybe you might want to tell everybody, Joanna, to start some meditation. I'll be there if you do. So we miss you, Eva. So I'm going to have to sign off. It seems like time is so short. I can go on and on and on and on. But my, I'm just kind of tired. I'm just a little tired. So remember, Go on to my YouTube channel, UFO Robert Bingham. Look at all 230 something videos. Remember, watch the video Tango, the video Wonton, the video The Strand, the video Sharky, and the video Abracadabra. And this way you would see the best videos, but all of them I consider the best. But going through 235 videos, you'll probably hang up, stop. You won't have the time to do it and you'll make a harsh judgment about me, probably. But I'm trying to wake you up. Wake up, smell the coffee, and know what time it is. It's 1 minute to midnight. Good night, guys. Don't forget to watch the video. It'll be coming out tonight or tomorrow. Number 12, I believe.